Hello, my name is Scott.
Hi, Scott.
Hi. I'm here with Sam.
Hello.
And
Dominic.
nobody else.
And me.
And nobody else.
Nobody else. Nobody else is here.
Also known as Eric Turney. And this is the funeral episode of Scott the Waz. And this was one of the worst productions that we've ever had to be a part of.
We're in suits.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it the worst production we've been a part of. I would just call it a standard Scott the Waz affair.
I'd say standard. I think emphasis on affair. It was pretty convoluted. It was a big night.
Yeah.
It was something where this episode, like I always wanted to do, and it just kept on getting delayed because I had the idea to incorporate it with the Mario Party 2 episode, which would air first, and then this would air after. And I love the idea of like, oh, both of these episodes took place like a year ago, so like they took place in the past and all of that, and I wanted them to kind of correlate with each other. And we finally got everybody all together to do this. And the production was a little tough. The audio came out a little rough in many cases for this episode, but I think it did well overall.
I remember lighting problems in that hallway too, because that hallway was really
All
dark.
the phones going or the standing light and everything.
You see behind us there, it's so dark sometimes.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough, because like this was in the middle of December, so it was like way darker than we wanted it to be.
Yeah.
there he is.
There you are. Hey, look.
So how did it feel?
Hey, look, there you are. Man.
Yeah, this was
loves this guy.
this was an interesting experiment, because this was Dominic had to play both of his characters at once.
Fun fact, not two separate people.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll crush the rumors. I play both characters.
Yeah.
Stop
But
saying he doesn't.
But it was interesting because like there was a lot of instances where it's just like Dominic had to sit in the casket for like 20 seconds to just get a good shot of like him just laying there. Even there, you know, it's just like something where we were like, all right, you have to be there, even if you can barely see him.
Yeah, get back in there.
Doing a quick costume change between the two.
Yeah.
Just keep
For
climbing
5
in.
seconds.
But it was so we had to do a lot of split screen stuff here. And this was also an interesting, because this was like, we filmed this the day that Scott the Waz aired on G4 for the first time.
Yep.
So
Well, it was supposed to air.
Well,
yeah,
I suppose.
we were waiting around.
How many times did we stop what we were doing to be like, oh, it's about to start, and then it's like, hey, what's going on, gamers?
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, they had some issues with like it was like Amazon Web Services or something that they used to like air on TV, and it was like it got delayed. Like it was originally supposed to air at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or something like that, probably 7. And we were like, all right, we got to stop what we're doing, watch it on the iPad, and then just like some gaming drama show comes up, and we're just like, what?
Sports drama.
What the hell?
That's not Scott the Waz.
Yeah, it eventually aired that night, and we were so tired. Like we had nothing to eat that day. We DoorDashed Wendy's, and we were just sitting there, just watching it for like 10 minutes. I was like,
Speaking of Wendy's.
all right, all right, I'm good. And then we stopped watching, and we just continued recording. But yeah, overall, you know, the production was a little troubled in terms of like getting everything to work properly. I think it came out pretty okay, but you know, I do wish some things came out much better. But overall, like, I still like a lot of the jokes here. I like the writing. But I think the main problem with the production was that damn coffin. was
Had to be, surely.
First of all, beautiful craftsmanship by Joe.
yeah,
He built
Joe right
designed
there.
it.
Joe
All
right there made it himself, designed it, but he had to leave early. So what we did was we filmed everything at our normal spot. You know, we film a lot of stuff here.
Probably
and
recognize it.
Yeah, so we filmed it here, and then Joe had to leave early, and he brought the coffin in like a big truck of his.
Which the coffin fits in pretty well.
Yeah, it fit in pretty well.
Great for transporting a car.
We all have like sedans, so and like just like small cars, nothing crazy.
Because we were like the last one left for the night, right? It was just the four of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Down to just the dream team right here.
So Joe had to leave early, so we actually filmed like the scenes of like Joe at the apartment. Like we filmed our scenes with Joe, and then we drove to the apartment, and then we filmed those scenes, and then Joe left, and then we drove back here, and then we filmed the rest of our stuff. And we still had the coffin here, and it was like 11 p.m. at night, and we were like, all right, we're done filming, and we had to deal with the coffin. And we were like, all right, I don't know what we do. Like, this thing is huge.
Heavy.
No, like we tried
Large.
cramming it in my car, and there was so much damn sawdust in that car now.
Yeah.
And there was like It was not fitting. So me and Sam like were like, all right. We tried waddling it out to like the parking lot of this place, and it's just like a community center kind of thing. So
Keep
you
in
can
mind,
like
this is right by an elementary school.
Yeah, right, it shares a border with an elementary
yeah.
school.
So this community center is kind of like a small town community center. It's right next to the elementary school of this community. And we're just waddling around at 11 p.m. at night with this giant ass coffin in the parking lot, and we're trying to be like, all
I'm
right,
pretty sure it was a weekday too.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. So like the kids would have seen
School
it the next morning.
day.
yeah. So we were like, and we're trying to cram it in our car, and it's just like nothing works. So like earlier in the night, Eric is like, hey, I could probably get like my dad's truck if you want, and I'm like, oh no problem. Like an hour or two later, I'm like, can we get your dad's truck? And at this point, it's too damn late. Like it's just like
Yeah,
it's just
at this point it's like 1 a.m. and my dad is retired, so he's been asleep since like 6 p.m.
So it was always too late.
Yeah.
There was never a right time.
That was never an option.
You brought it up
I
for
just-
no
I wanted
reason.
to-
You had to
I
take
wanted
it
to-
before
I
we
wanted
used
to
it.
contribute
so no truck. Nobody had a truck available.
No.
Anybody that knew anybody that had a truck available, they were asleep.
Yeah.
So we were just in the middle of this parking lot with this coffin that we had no idea what to do with. So we were like, all right, well, we might have to leave it here overnight. So we're like, okay, well, we don't want to throw it away. There was a dumpster there, but it was just like, all right, we don't want to throw this coffin away. So, and we were like, all
Just
right.
thinking, what looks the least suspicious here?
Yeah.
Dealing with this coffin.
Yeah, because it's just like you leave a coffin in the middle of a field,
Yeah.
people are gonna
Yeah,
notice.
nothing illegal
Authorities will be
about
called.
what we were doing. But
No,
just
we just had a coffin
just questionable.
that we had to deal with. So, what? Like there was like a barn behind this community center.
Yeah.
So we were like, well, let's bring it behind the barn.
Yeah,
but
it's
we
like
were like, we
outside,
don't.
out of mind.
Yeah, but we were kind of like, we don't know if this barn is a part of the community center.
This might just be some random person's barn.
Yeah.
Leave a coffin out there in their
Yeah.
backyard. Seems a little bad too.
So we were a little worried about that. So we were like, all right, so how about let's do this? Let's detach the
Yeah,
top of it.
Let's try to break it apart, but like
Yeah.
carefully, so we can reassemble it later.
Yeah, because the
I
main thing
feel
is
less
like
creepy.
because like that would be like a bomb threat if like you just see
closed casket.
a closed casket next to an elementary school. We were like, all right, no. So we were like, all right, well let's open up this
Separate
casket.
the pieces.
Let's
Yeah.
separate the top from the bottom.
And to do that,
Yeah, so we needed tools, and nobody had tools except for Eric. And Eric had tools in his back seat, but these tools were for his dad.
It was Christmas
again,
time.
December, I had just bought my dad a Christmas present like the day before or something, and it was just in my trunk still. I got
A drill and tool set.
drill and bit set. So exactly what we needed for this situation.
So he had to open up the tool set and to unhook the casket top and all that.
Very well crafted, by the way, by Joe. He
Yeah,
made that
very
thing
very well
nice and
crafted,
sturdy.
amazing,
Yeah, like
amazing.
professional grade quality. Had to use a power drill to get it apart.
That
Yeah.
was not going out by hand.
Yeah. So unhook that, and then I leave the top of it like next to the dumpster, and then I leave the bottom of it
Around the corner.
Yeah, around the corner. And then I get a call from and then like we're like, all right, we're good. Go home. I get a call from the community center the next day, and I still haven't even listened to it. I just read like the transcript, and they're just like it even says in the transcript, it's just like, hi Scott, we see these left what looks like a coffin that you left over.
In hindsight, a note probably would have been good.
Yeah, and in hindsight, we were
should've
like,
left a note.
we should have just left a
leave any
note.
notes there or
These
something,
people
yeah.
know us by now. We filmed like Bargain Bin Christmas there. We
Yeah.
filmed the trial. We filmed
A lot of just the skits.
Great Mysteries of Gaming, all that kind of stuff.
Always a good time with that community.
Yeah, always great. We didn't get our security deposit back once. That was it. After that, they love us.
Yeah, it was like something stupid too.
It was
Like,
the first
we
one,
didn't
right?
Put the chairs back.
Yeah.
in the right
Race and
way.
Yeah,
So,
it was-
There was
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time we lost the security deposit was when we filmed On Your Markets at Munch because we didn't know how to properly like set everything back up. So we cleaned stuff up and we set things back. But to get your security deposit back at a lot of these community centers, you have to be very specific in terms of like, all right, the chairs go
Where each
right back
table
where they
and-
go.
yeah.
Like
It's like
no
everything
leftover
in the
trash, no leftover crumbs, all that stuff, and we left over some damn crumbs. And the chairs definitely were not set up exactly as they should have been. But we learned our lesson after that, and
Yeah.
ever since then,
Good boys.
yeah, things have been perfectly fine. But they say it's just like, hi, yeah, there's like a coffin, and this thing is like huge. So they were like, yeah, can you like pick this up, and if you do, like, we'll give you back your security deposit. We just need you to get rid of it.
It's like, we don't want to look at it. We don't want to have to file anything. We can't use it.
Yeah, in hindsight, I was just like, because I'm always a little like, I never like to tell people like, hey, can we film a little video? Like, I'm always like whenever I like rent something like this, I'm like, hi, we have a business meeting to attend to, and as we're like
through within 30 seconds of walking.
As we're setting up,
does not add up in the slightest.
as we're setting up the whole thing, like the person that runs like the office is still there. And, like, you know, they're about to leave in 30 minutes, but they see me and Joe walking in carrying a casket in suits.
Could be happening right
At least this time in
Sense
suits.
of our competitors. Our Q3 quarterly analysis shows that we are going to be murdered.
At least this one was in suits. So yeah,
I'm bringing in damn like 30 boxes of multiple Frito-Lay products and like all this
Snacks.
and like they're like and they had a good laugh about it. They were like, yeah, that's fine, you know. And like I had my dad help me out with like just picking the coffin back up and just bringing it home. Still in my garage to this very day.
Got involved in this video.
Yeah.
Put him on camera.
Big dad
Not yet.
big dad production.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, like, I still, like, it wasn't, like, frustrating. It was more like, God damn. And it was also funny because,
it was
like,
hilarious. And the
like
moment
I
Anna
had,
hindsight.
well, I also had, like, all these, like, I printed off all these things for props wise, you know, like, there was, like, the Frito-Lay stuff, and there was also, like pictures of, like the Wendy's employee dead and all that stuff, or there was like the pictures of, like Dominic, from, like one of the Halloween specials, like that we just put up in the background as in like in memoriam, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I just threw them all in the casket, and I was like, all right, so we'll get rid of them.
It looks like I was the framed one.
Because like we're moving all around, and Dominic finally comes out because it's mainly just me and Sam moving the coffin around. He's just like, all right, what's taking you guys so long? And we open up the coffin, and there's just 50 pictures of Dominic in them. He's like, you can't leave those in there. Like, people are gonna ask questions.
People are be on the hunt for me.
There's way too much intrigue there to not look into that more. What does this mean? That could be filmed.
Yeah, this was just this video came out like near the end of 2021. Like there was just so many of the like kind of like in quotes skit type videos, and that was never like the intention. It wasn't like, oh, this is the direction I want to take the channel. It was more so like that's just how the scheduling worked. Most of the time, like I like to kind of spread them out a little bit. Where like I totally understand it. People are like, all right, another one of these, huh? So it's just like that. You know, it was just because like 2021 was such a crazy year that all that stuff was like planned throughout the year, but it just kind of got delayed until the very end. So this was a lot of work for everybody. Like, you know, thank you guys for sticking with me throughout all this, because it was like, you know, we had like 5 of these episodes that month that were like, we had the Toys to Life one, the Mario Party 2 one, this one, the Christmas special, all that stuff. But we pulled together, and you know, I think overall, you know, like this is definitely one where you know, now with what we know in terms of like audio stuff and camera quality and lighting and all that, I think you know we could definitely improve. But overall, I think the episode came out pretty good. I think it's a good episode. It's a fun one
with a good story.
It's and a good message.
Good
Don't leave your coffins anywhere.